Hello everyone, and welcome to my SW Update 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Sister Wives, why did fans blast Christine Brown's book cover? Why are Sister Wives fans blasting Christine Brown Woolley's new book cover right after she revealed it? They have long waited for a wife to write a tell-all, and now, that time has come. Unfortunately, her cover did not land, but what was the issue with it? Keep reading for more details. Why did fans blast Christine Brown's book cover? Mary Brown has long teased a tell-all book, but the former first wife has yet to deliver. This is what fans have wanted because Sister Wives does not always give them what they want. Christine Brown Woolley was the first wife to exit the plural family in early 2021. She then encouraged second wife, Janelle Brown, to join her in the single life. Janelle followed, as did Mary, and now, Kody Brown is left with his fourth and only legal wife, Robin Brown. He has essentially alienated himself from many of his kids and blames Christine and Janelle for this, never taking accountability. When Christine left, she moved to Utah with her youngest daughter, Truly. In early 2023, she met David Woolley and it was a whirlwind. They moved in together, got engaged, and began planning a wedding before they bought a home for an Airbnb. Finally, for years after Christine left polygamy and the plural family, she revealed she was releasing a book. It would be all about her upbringing, her marriage to Kody, and her marriage to David. With that came a book cover reveal, but it has not won fans over. She is donning a red blazer and looks every bit of the boss that she is. Yet, according to monsters and critics, fans' biggest issue was Christine Brown Woolley keeping Kody's last name on the book. They shared their thoughts in her Instagram comments below the cover reveal. One follower felt it was messed up that Christine kept Brown, and added, "Almost seems like you didn't want to leave and are still undecided." Still a hit. Despite the fact several Sister Wives fans felt she should have removed Brown from her book cover, others understood Christine Brown Woolley's reasoning. They knew this was the last name she was known by and it made sense to keep it. Her release, which is available for pre-order and will arrive in September 2025, also received tremendous support from many. In a revelation that has sent shockwaves through the Sister Wives fan community and signaled a bold new chapter in her personal journey, Christine Brown has unveiled the cover of her new book, a project that promises to be as raw, introspective, and unapologetically honest as the woman herself, and which marks a decisive moment of transformation after years of navigating the complexities of plural marriage, public scrutiny, and a tumultuous relationship with her ex-husband Kody Brown. The book cover, an arresting blend of evocative imagery and minimalist design, features a striking portrait of Christine that juxtaposes vulnerability with strength. Her gaze, both resolute and wistful, is set against a backdrop of muted earth tones that symbolize the scars of her past and the promise of renewal, capturing the essence of a journey that has been marked by heartbreak, betrayal, and ultimately, a triumphant reclamation of self. For many viewers who have followed her story on TLC, this cover is much more than a promotional image. It is a visual manifesto of Christine's evolution from a silent sufferer into a fiercely independent author who is ready to confront and document the realities of her life, from the public battles over custody and financial disputes to the intimate, unspoken moments of pain and perseverance that have defined her existence. In interviews leading up to the book's release, Christine spoke candidly about the process of writing, revealing that the pages are filled with reflections on the emotional toll of living in a family where loyalty was demanded and individuality was often suppressed, and that the book is her attempt to offer both an unfiltered account of her experiences and a message of hope to others who may have felt marginalized by systems that favor conformity over authenticity. She explained that the decision to create the cover itself was fraught with emotion, each element carefully chosen to represent the duality of her identity, the interplay of light and shadow in her life, and the delicate balance between the pain of her past and the strength she has cultivated through years of resilience. The design, with its subtle nods to both natural elements and modern aesthetics, is intended to evoke a sense of quiet introspection while challenging the viewer to look beyond the surface and question the narratives that have long been imposed upon her by both the media and a society that has historically misunderstood the complexities of plural family life. The cover has been praised by both critics and fans for its artistic merit and unflinching honesty, noting that it not only redefines Christine Brown's public image but also serves as a powerful counterpoint to the frequently sensationalized portrayals of the Brown family on television. Whereas previously the focus was on the drama and dysfunction of a controversial lifestyle, the cover now invites us to see the human being behind the headlines, a woman who has endured years of emotional and financial strife, who has the cover serves as both a visual summary of that journey and a clarion call for change, urging viewers and readers to reconsider the true meaning of strength and vulnerability in a world that frequently equates power with silence. Despite the fact that the book promises to delve deeply into the intricacies of her personal journey, from the early days of hope and the allure of a promised forever in a plural marriage to the painful realities of betrayal and the painstaking process of rebuilding her life in revealing her new book cover, Christine has not only provided a tantalizing glimpse into the narrative that awaits within its pages but has also sparked a wider conversation about the importance of reclaiming one's story, of challenging the dominant narratives that have long been dictated by patriarchal figures, and of embracing the multifaceted nature of personal truth, a conversation that resonates powerfully in an era where authenticity is both rare and revolutionary. Many fans see the cover as a turning point, a moment when Christine's voice, long subdued by the overwhelming presence of family drama and public expectation, finally bursts forth with the clarity and conviction of someone who has not only survived the storm but is determined to chart a new course for herself, one defined by honesty, accountability, and a relentless pursuit of healing. A metaphor for Christine's inner life, a landscape marked by both scars and hope, loss and redemption, the design elements of the cover, from the soft, natural colors to the bold typography that spells out the title in a way that is both understated and assertive, serve as the cover's design elements. Her decision to share this cover with the world is an invitation to her audience to join her on a journey of self-discovery and transformation, to witness firsthand the process of turning personal pain into a source of creative expression, and to recognize that every wound, no matter how deep, has the potential to become a wellspring of strength if given the chance to heal. In the months leading up to the book's release, Christine has hinted in interviews and on social media that the work is not just a memoir but also a manifesto, a statement against the dehumanizing aspects of reality television and a rejection of the simplistic narratives that have often defined her public persona. Instead, she presents a story that is as complex and layered as the woman herself, one that acknowledges the multifarious challenges of being a mother, a former wife, and an individual, striving to redefine her identity in a world that is quick to judge, but slow to understand. The cover, with its evocative imagery and carefully chosen color palette, encapsulates this tension, inviting viewers to look beyond the surface and to appreciate the depth of emotion and experience that has shaped Christine's life, from the early days of idyllic promises to the harsh realities of fractured relationships and the ongoing struggle to assert her worth. Critics have noted that the cover represents a significant departure from previous portrayals of the Brown family on television, suggesting that it signals a maturation of both the subject and the medium, a move away from sensationalized conflict and toward a more reflective, introspective examination of what it means to truly live, love, and overcome adversity. For Christine, the new book cover is both an act of defiance and a beacon of hope. It challenges the long-standing stereotypes that have often confined her to the role of the submissive wife and instead positions her as a strong, independent voice ready to share her story on her own terms. As the buzz around the cover grows and anticipation for the book builds, fans are already engaging in heated discussions online, debating the implications of her revelations, the symbolism embedded in the design, and the broader cultural significance of a woman who dares to reclaim her narrative in a way that is both bold and transformative. In the end, Sister Wives Christine Brown's new book cover is more than just a visual announcement, it is a powerful statement of identity, resilience, and the enduring belief that even in the face of relentless public scrutiny and personal betrayal, there remains an indomitable human spirit capable of rising above adversity to create something truly beautiful out of the wreckage of a fractured past. And it is this message that will undoubtedly resonate with readers who, like Christine, are ready to embrace the complexities of their own lives and to write new chapters defined not by the pain of yesterday but by the promise of tomorrow. In a revelation that has stirred heated debate among fans and critics alike, the question of why royalty Christine Brown chose to marry pauper Kody Brown has become a focal point of discussion, prompting an in-depth exploration into the convoluted interplay of idealism, desperation, and the harsh realities of a plural marriage system that, on the surface, appeared to promise an unconventional happily ever after yet ultimately revealed layers of complexity and compromise over decades of shared life on sister wives. At the very beginning, Christine, often portrayed by fans as embodying a refined, almost regal quality with her poised demeanor, articulate insights, and the air of someone who holds herself to high standards, seemed destined for a life of elegance and personal empowerment, a notion that only heightened the paradox of her union with Cody, a man whose public persona, despite his role as the patriarch of the Brown family, has frequently been characterized by impulsiveness, financial missteps, and a propensity for unbalanced power dynamics that left his wives and children navigating a chaotic, sometimes even dysfunctional, environment. Many speculate that the allure of Cody's promise of an unconventional family life, a daring, experimental journey that challenged the societal norms of monogamy and embraced a lifestyle of plural marriage, captivated Christine in the early days, when the romance was infused with idealistic visions of loyalty, shared destiny, and the thrill of defying convention. Yet, as the years progressed and the initial enchantment gave way to the realities of living in a high-stakes, constantly scrutinized public spectacle, the disparities between her expectations of a sophisticated, harmonious partnership and the stark, often painful truth of Cody's erratic leadership became painfully evident. Christine's decision to marry Cody, therefore, can be understood as a convergence of several factors: an earnest desire to belong to a transformative social experiment, the hope that his visionary claims would eventually translate into a stable and nurturing environment, and perhaps even a sense of personal inadequacy or a longing for validation that she believed could only be fulfilled by aligning herself with someone who, despite his many flaws, promised a life of adventure and nonconformity. A promise that, in hindsight, many fans view as having been tragically unfulfilled. Over time, Cody's repeated acts of unilateral decision-making, from the controversial handling of shared assets like the Coyote Pass property to his dismissive treatment of dissent among his wives, served to erode the initial enchantment that had drawn Christine into the marriage, revealing instead a dynamic where his selfish tendencies often overshadowed any semblance of partnership, leaving her isolated within a system that celebrated his authority at the expense of her voice. Critics argue that this imbalance is what eventually transformed the romantic notion of a soulful union into a battleground of unmet expectations and bitter disillusionment, where the once celebrated royalty of Christine was gradually forced to confront the reality that the man she married was, in many respects, a pauper in terms of emotional generosity and reliability, a disparity that not only fueled public outcry but also spurred her later efforts to reclaim her identity and assert her independence, as evidenced by her subsequent legal battles and the candid revelations she has shared in interviews and on social media. Moreover, the narrative of royalty versus pauper is itself a construct of modern media, a simplistic dichotomy that fails to capture the full spectrum of human complexity, yet, for many fans, it remains a useful shorthand for expressing their collective disbelief at the seeming mismatch between Christine's high ideals and the harsh, often callous reality of Cody's behavior, an irony that is further compounded by the fact that Cody, despite his public displays of bravado and self-assuredness, has repeatedly proven himself incapable of fulfilling the emotional and practical responsibilities that a genuine partnership would demand. In retrospect, many viewers have come to see Christine's marriage to Cody not merely as the result of a momentary lapse in judgment or a desperate bid for acceptance in a world that often seems to reward nonconformity, but rather as a deeply human, if ultimately flawed, decision driven by a complex mixture of hope, vulnerability, and the desire for a connection that transcends the mundane limitations of everyday life, a connection that, as the unfolding narrative of Sister Wives has shown, is as ephemeral as it is elusive. Her journey, marked by the highs of initial romance and the subsequent heartbreak of betrayal and disillusionment, reflects a broader commentary on the challenges inherent in alternative family structures, where societal expectations, media portrayal, and personal ambition collide to create a reality that is both extraordinary and excruciatingly ordinary. Critics and supporters alike continue to debate whether Christine's decision was a tragic misstep or a courageous, if misguided, leap of faith, a decision that, regardless of its origins, ultimately catalyzed a series of events leading to her eventual estrangement from Cody and her relentless pursuit of a life defined by self-respect and autonomy. Today, as she embarks on new projects and redefines her narrative away from the shadows of her past, Christine's journey stands as a powerful testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even when faced with profound disappointment and systemic inequity, one can still find the strength to rewrite one's destiny, to transform pain into power, and to challenge the very constructs of royalty and pauper that once seemed so definitive. Her story invites us to question not only the nature of her marriage, but also the broader societal dynamics that enable such imbalances to persist, dynamics that, in the end, reveal as much about the cultural zeitgeist as they do about the personal choices of those caught in the midst of it all. In the grand tapestry of sister wives, where every smile and every tear is amplified by the relentless scrutiny of reality television, the question of why royalty Christine married pauper Cody is not one with a simple answer but rather a multifaceted inquiry into the nature of love, the complexities of power, and the enduring hope for redemption in a world that often measures worth by superficial standards, a hope that, despite all odds, continues to shine through in Christine's unwavering determination to forge a future on her own terms, free from the constraints of a past that no longer defines her.